Good day, everyone. Let me start our week with the discussion of the Python operators. So let's define first the operators. So operators are symbols or keyword in Python that are predefined to perform specific operators on values or variables. So in simple words, they are used to manipulate data and make decision in our program. So with our QATD, I ask you, what are the types of operators that we have? So you actually answered the correct answer that I'm expecting you to get. So we have this type. So we have arithmetic, comparison, assignment, logical, bitwise, membership, and of course the identity. So let's first discuss arithmetic first. From the word arithmetic, it's usually be one of the basic. So this is the basic mathematical operation. So we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponent, and floor division. So let's define the example here. So if we have a variable a and b, and we can have 10 for variable a and 20 for variable b. So if we're going to add that, let me show you an example in our next slide. So I have assigned here the 10 for A, 20 for B. So let's add. So they're going to use the additional or addition. So A plus B is equals to 30. So 10 plus 20 is 30. As well as subtracting the 2 with the same order, we will get negative. And if we're multiplying the 2, which is equals to 200, and if we're going to divide the 2 with this order, 10 divided by 20, it will be 0.5 or zero point 0.5. So how about the floor division? So floor division will divides and takes only the whole number. So if we're going to divide this one, of course, we'll end up, so 20 divided by 10 is 2, just the whole number. But it is different with modulos. So if the floor division is just taking the whole number, modulo will take remainders after the division. So if we're going to divide this and we'll take the remainder of the both number, it will result, or we will have an output of 0 in our result. So how about the exponent? So what would be the exponent of 10? So it will be 100. So 10 squared is 100. So as you can see here, it is just the most basic part of arithmetic. So next, how about the comparison? So from the word comparison, we're just going to what? Compare the values on either side of them. So it decides the relation among them. So we have the operator equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. So let's put some numbers. So we have again 10 is equals to, A is equals to 10 and B is equals to 20. So for the first one, we're going to ask if A is equals to B. Is it equal? Is 10 equal to 20? Of course not. So we'll have a output of false. So how about not equal? Of course, it is not equal. So it will have the result of true. And how about greater than? So is 10 greater than 20? Of course, false. And for 10 is less than 20, the answer would be true. So that would be for our comparison operator. So the third operator would be an assignment. So just like what we have in our variable, we have a is equals to 10. So we're going to use or assign values to a variable. So this variable we're gonna get another variable if we assign it to a new one or add something to it. So if the operator has addition, of course, the assigned variable that we have, just like here, 10, will add another number, which is a 30. So 10 plus 30 is another number, which is equivalent to a 40. So if ever we're on the operator of addition in assigned operator or assignment operator, we have 40 as, or we are already assigned a is equals to 40 since we already added. So for your end, let's have an example. This is the assignment operator, just like what we have earlier. We have the assign operator, or it only has equals on the end, but it's the same as one of the basic or the arithmetic. So we have the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo, the exponentials or division, the end or not, left shift and right shift. So for this one, let's assign the operator or the variable x to 5. If we're going to add something on that operator, for example, I want to add 3. So we'll assign now the 8 as our new variable. So this variable, so x is equals to 8. So that's the new assigned number to our variable. So how about this? So in here, we take 8. So 8 would be the x, and we will multiply it to 2. So it has a equivalent of 16. And this 16 will subtract it to 4. So the ending would be 12. So if we print this, we're going to be shown by this equivalent. So 12. So can you follow? We will have more of this in our face to face if you have questions about this. So the next one would be bitwise. So if you're not familiar with how binary works, but if you are, that's your advantage. So we have bitwise. So this operator is actually works in logical. So we have the and, or, x, or, not, zero fill left shift, and signed right shift. So for us to understand more of this bitwise, we're going to show you an example. So if we're going to convert, we have here m is equals to 6 and n is equals to 3. So to use these logical operators in bitwise operators, we have to convert 6 into a binary form. So we have 110 for 6. And how about the 3? Of course, we have 011. For our AND operator, it says that we're going to compare each bit, and if it returns 1, we can return 1 if both are 1. So let me line up here the binary for both numbers, so 110 and 011. So we'll start comparing the numbers from the right or the last number. So returns 1 if both are 1. So let's see. That's on AND operator. So we have 0 and 1. So since it doesn't return both 1, we will bring down a 0 at the bottom. Just imagine. Since this is not really the one that they're going to get, or the output is not the same since it's going to be converted again to a number. So 0 and 1 is equals to 0. 1 1 is a 1. So if they have both 1, we have 1. You can bring down 1. And 1 0 doesn't have both 1. Of course, 0. So we have on the AND operator, comparing this 6 and 3 in binary, we have 0 1 0. So as you can see here, if we're going to convert it back to the usual number we have, we're going to have 0 1 0 in our number. It is equivalent to 2. So let's go to or for another example. So or here will return 1 at the bottom, or just bring down the number at the bottom if at least one is 1. So, as long as daw na may isang 1 dun sa mga number na yan, kapag kinompare natin siya on both numbers, maglalagay siya ng 1 sa baba. Or we'll have to convert it into a 1. So, 0 and 1, may isang 1. So, baba tayo ng 1 sa baba. Meron na tayong 1 number. So, 1, 1, kahit isa nga daw, so 1 pa din. So, 1, 0, kahit isa doon, 1, may 1 pa din. So, in binary, in OR, bitwise operator, we have triple 1. So, 1, 1, 1. And if we're converted back to the usual number, so yung mga math number natin, we have 7. So, the same goes with the other operator. We have compare each bit. Kapag may XOR tayo, we're going to compare each bit. So, kapag daw ay may isang different daw doon, 1 na ang lalabas. So, the first one, 0, 1, different siya, 1 na to. Doon sa kabila, yung sa gitna, wala naman, 0 yung baba natin. So, 1 and 0, of course, may different. So, 1 siya. So, meron tayong 1, 0, 1 sa binary. And if we're going to convert it again, 5 yon. So, we will get 5 in the or bitwise operator. Sa NOT naman, ang gagawin lang natin is, if-flip lang natin yung bits. So, magka-complement lang siya. So, dito, ang magiging result niya is negative kasi sa open and close sa isang is 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1, but we will turn this into negative. The 6, just like what we have in here, ang kailangan lang natin dito po sa NOT is yung 6. So, add lang natin siya, complement, 1. Pero since tayo ay magko-complement, babaliktarin natin siya, magiging negative. Magkakaroon siya ng negative. So, magiging result din niya po ay negative. So, negative 7 po yung result niya. Ngayon, pag sinabi nating shift, katulad nung nasa, yung, nasa comment po ay 12. I-shift natin yung bit na yon. So, ang i-shift po natin is yung M pa left side, sabi niya. So, kapag i-shift po natin or nakalagay po dyan is i-shift siya sa left shift, i-multiply po natin yung number na yon. So, ang nasa M po ay 6. So, ang mangyayari po dyan is i-multiply natin siya by 2. So, i-convert lang natin yon by the binary. Ang bahala na po doon is yung Python. And ang ibabalik po natin or ang babalik sa atin ay 12. So, how about the right shift? So, kung yung isa multiply by 2, yung isa naman po ay i-divide natin siya by 2. Kapag left, multiply. Pag right, divide. So, ang i-divide natin po yung 6 na yon na nakalagay po dito sa 2. So, ang magiging sagot po niya ay 3. So, let me have another example po with the logical operators. So, logical operators, nandito na po yung mga sinasabi natin kanina. So, we have the AND or XOR NOT, zero fill left shift, and sign right shift. So, ang ginagawa po dito is kinakombine natin yung 2 or more condition para ma-check natin yung final result. So, with the logical operator, ang ginagawa natin dito is conditioning. So, ang value po na ibibigay natin or ang bibigay ni output is true or false. So, for example, ang imagine nyo na lang na nakalagay dyan. Ito pala. Kala ko wala. So, P is equals to true, Q is equals to false. So, ang mangyayari po dyan, if we're comparing, so, kapag AND operator, both must be true. So, mas madali natin ma-picture out ngayon to. So, since true or false yan, so kung AND operator yung gagawin natin, dahil sabi nga, both must be true, of course, ang magiging equivalent po niyan or ang output natin is false. Tatandaan, kapag and, both must be true. Or katulad nga sinabi natin, basta kapag may dalawang one, ang equivalent po nun ay true. So, how about the or? Sabi kapag sa or, at least one. Kahit isa doon ay true. So, dahil nga, sabi nga dyan, true or false na kinocompare natin ha. Dahil parehas true, ang gagawin lang, dahil para, at least doon ay isang true, ang magiging equivalent po nun ay true. So, yun nga. So, how about the not? So, kapag opposite siya, so, opposite of true is false. So, kapag nga, ang ginawa natin sa not is inopposite natin siya, or ang ginawa natin, inopposite natin siya to each other, ang magiging sagot po niyan is, ano ba yung opposite ng true? Of course, ang magiging sagot po niyan is false. So, how about dun sa sinasabi natin kanina? Ano ba yung nangyari kanina dun sa zero fill left shift? So, kapag left shift, again, ang ginagawa po natin is minomultiply po natin siya sa 2. At kapag right shift naman po, siya po ay dinidivide sa 2. So, ngayon, ang mangyayari po, ganun din po yung magiging sagot natin. So, how about the second to the last, the membership? So, madaling-madali lang to. So, membership operator, sabi dito, test for membership in a sequence such as strings, list, and a tuple. So, ang sinasabi, return true sa in operator, return true if it finds a variable in the specified sequence, false otherwise. So, kapag po yung sinasabi natin or yung mismong nasa loob ng variable ay nasa loob ng list, siya po ay magkakaroon ng result na true. And of course, false otherwise. So, not in naman po kapag yung sinasabi natin ba na specific na yun ay wala ba dun sa loob na yun. Unless, of course, true. So, for the simpler version, we have here the list. So, my list is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, ang gusto po natin i-check is yung 3 ba ay nasa loob nung my list na yun. So, for your understanding, if we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, kung check niya po is nandun ba sa list na yun yung 3, of course, it will turn or give us the answer of true. And of course, nasa susunod naman po is yung 10 ba daw ay not in sa my list. Of course, false po yung magiging sagot niya. So, membership, yung in and not in. And para naman sa last, we have the identity. Of course, is or is not. So, katulad lang po rin ito. Pero para mas maintindihan pa natin, so compare the memory of the location of two objectives. We have this one. So ngayon po, mag-start tayo dito. So, x is equals to 1, 2, 3, y is equals to x, z is equals to 1, 2, 3. So ngayon, ang tinatanong ba ay yung x ba daw is y? Ano po kaya ang sagot? Yung x ba daw ay y? So of course, kung i-compare ba, nakalagay dito, x 1, 2, 3, yung y daw ay x. So, ang sagot po dyan ay true. So, ang parehas sila ng laman kasi ang ginawa lang is ginaya lang ni y yung x. So, x is y. Pero how about x is z? Nakita natin, parehas ang laman niya. Ano kaya po ang sagot? Kung ang sagot nyo ay false, tama po kayo. Bakit po kaya ang sagot dito sa x is z is false even though nakalagay po dito or parehas na parehas naman po ang sagot niya? Ang nakalagay po dyan ay 1, 2, 3 pa rin. Ang sagot niya po ay false sa kadahilan ng ang pinag-uusapan po pag isipin po natin yung identity is yung mismong memory location. So, kanina po, kaya nga sabi ko kanina, ginaya lang po or parang iniba lang yung mismong variable ni y, pero kung ano yung memory location ni x, yun pa rin siya. So, magiging true yun. Pero since even though na parehas ng laman naman, pero parang different naman, pagkaiba po ang location ni Z tsaka ni X, ang magiging sagot po doon is false. Pero, kung nandito tayo sa print or sa pinakahuli po, na ang tinatanong daw kung ang X daw ay equal to Z at hindi natin iniisip yung mismong identity niya. Tinatanong natin lang kung equivalent or equal sila sa isa't isa, ang sagot po dyan ay true. So, dun po nagtatapos yung ating discussion with the operators. So, meron akong papakita sa inyo. So, ito yung halos na conclusion naman siya. So, tatandaan po natin, exponential. So, ito yung mga operation and description niya. Raised to the power. So, and we have methods. So, ito po yung mga additional, complementary na ina-add natin. Of course, multiplication, division, modulo, modulus, or yung tawag natin, and floor division. Ito yung mga makikita nyo sa kanya. And of course, we have addition and subtraction, right and left, again, bitwise shift, an AND operator, bitwise exclusive operator, we have OR, and the regular. The exclusive is yung tinatawag nating XOR, and yung regular na OR. So, next is comparison. Of course, kino-compare nila ang dalawa, greater than equal, equal and greater than not equal, uh, greater than or equal. And of course, equality operator, greater than equal to and not equal. And then the assignment operator, ito lahat naman yan basta may equal na kasama. And for the last one is the identity is and is not, in and not in. And of course, the logical operator of not, or, and the and. So if you have question, we can have more question in our meeting that would be on Thursday. So see you on Thursday. So in conclusion with this, these Python operators are very important because they allow us to actually perform calculation and make comparison, assign values, you check the logic, manipulate the bits, test membership kung nandiyan ba talaga, compare object to identify, and understanding this operator actually will help us write more efficiency and powerful codings or line of codes in our Python. So that's all. This is for the references. So let's be ready for my questioning on our meeting next Thursday. See you on Thursday.